Thanks everybody. We'll begin the presentations. Joining me for the presentations, I'd like to introduce Premier League Committee member Ray Brown, Cricket Tasmania General Manager of Cricket Andrew Dykes, and also pass on apologies for Roger Woolley. I'd like to acknowledge both sides who've qualified for this year's grand final. Obviously both had great seasons. To University for posting such a great total. For Kingborough to have scored that would have required a record run chase, but at the same time, Kingborough are very well positioned, and after such a great win last week, that was obviously possible. So well done to both teams. Kingborough's premiership is the sixth different club in the last 7 years to win the Premier League first grade two-day premiership, and we've had 7 different clubs over the same period of time win the one-day premiership. So we think that shows that it's a very healthy and strong competition at the moment. We'd also like to acknowledge the sponsors of club cricket in Tasmania, Cascade, Coca-Cola Amatil and Kookaburra Sport. We'd like to thank and acknowledge Kingborough Cricket Club for hosting this match. We'd like to congratulate the club on the way that it's used the match with the luncheon on Friday and used it for everything it could to benefit the club, and also the community support, particularly yesterday. The number of kids and people from the community here supporting the club and the event was fantastic, so well done to the club. We'd also like to acknowledge Kingborough Council for their contribution to hosting this match and thank the ground staff for their efforts. We'd like to thank the match officials, Jamie Mitchell, Wade Stewart and Mike Graham Smith, and if the guys can come forward and receive the medallions. Next award is for the player of the final, the Roger Woolley Medal, which has been won by Jackson Bird. Okay, from the Premier team, we'll call forward to receive your medallion, starting with Jason Shelton. Trent Rollins. Bo Webster. Brady Jones. Chris Berry. Brad Lovell. Clyde Rose. Jake Steele. Jackson Bird. Shane Holland. Coach Tim Scott. On behalf of Talkman Nathan Freitag, Nathan Vincent and James Scott. And Catherine Adam Mark.
First of all, I'd like to thank the uni boys for a nice hard contest. Shame that weather got involved. It's game on, and it is what it is. Thanks, boys. All the umpies, thank you for their officiating. All our supporters and family and everything else, thank you for all your support throughout the season. To the club for putting on 3 good days here, thank you very much. Our boys, well done, lads. Wasn't probably the way to get it, but we probably earned this throughout the season, so well done.
If you could come back and join Adam to receive the cup. Captain.
Thank you.
Thank you for your attention. Thanks.
Before we get started, Jimmy.
Squid.
Come on, put the hand up.
Look in here. Yeah, down at the Mercury.
Oh, Mercury here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everyone just think of it all. Hello. What are you doing?
You smell like beer.
I'll get a photo. She called me down.
Who's starting this?
Look, guys, this is we've sort of been talking about this for a few weeks, and you know, when you get the fortunate position of winning a premiership, there's this period now of elation and contentment that we have, and every single one of you and the under-17s, it's a special time for us as a club. Absolutely outstanding, and I encourage you just to soak it up and embrace it, because it's not very often we have a chance to share this with a group. There's 11 blokes, 11 bands of brothers out there now, but when we're in our 60s and 70s, we'll still we'll look back on this and say, geez, remember that, what a great year we've had. And we have. We've but boys, to reflect back, we've participated in every senior final there was on offer this year. It's an outstanding year. It's been the most successful year in first grade our club has produced, because no one has done that before, and it's a credit to you guys. And I think if I can only look back on 2 years ago where we had to rebuild, and we had to rebuild fast, and your guys' commitment, never say die attitude, and willingness to back a game plan that obviously we put in place because we knew it would stand up on the biggest stage, and we knew it would make us competitive, and we knew it would make us create great teams and great cricketers in this. And you're all part of Borough folklore now, and there's something you should be very proud of, because I think there's a few premierships there, but a lot of them have happened recently, and it's a great band of brothers to be a part. And the 17s, for you boys, it just gives me great contentment to have a great group of young guys coming through that's going to put pressure on the senior club, and it's going to make us a force to be reckoned with over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And that's where we're working hard to be, and that's where we want to be. And from my perspective, well done. And I'd say, Bruiser, you had a big part in this, skippering the last 2 years when we did some tough yards. And well done to you, mate. I'll say to Clivey and Nathan's not here, but joined a group from interstate and backed themselves to try and forge a career in professional sport. And I'm so glad you chose Kingborough. And you're part of us. You're going nowhere, and it's great to have you blokes on board. Well done, mate. To the two prodigal sons, Trenty and Brad. Look, it's Trent and I met. We knew each other. We met over a game of indoor cricket for the mighty Showtime about not quite 12 months ago, about 11 months ago, and it's a good time. Trent, good times. Nice time for a white cannon. And I think Trent, you committed straight away to our club, which says a bit about your tenacity and your efforts in this final. You've brought yourself to a new level now. And I can't wait to see what you can do in the next few years. So well done to you, and Brad B-Dog, your performance last week. Bring the buoy. Good dog.
How do you catch about 20 in a day?
To Squiddy, I know it's your first senior final, and geez, I'm so excited to be able to share it with you. We said after the game, sometimes in finals you need some bloke just to stand up and piggyback a few blokes along, and your little 65, 70 minute effort there, when you were in pain, I know you were sore, and I think everyone knows Squiddy had a bad neck and a bad ankle, and you stood up, mate. And that's what champions do, of course, but Christ, you've got a group of blokes here with you all the way, and so great to have you part of this group. Great stuff. Look at Marbsy. I'll tell you what, we talk about the groundwork Bruce did over the last 2 years, and you stood up. I think with a lot of professional cricketers or sportsmen, they come out of that professional zone, and it's pretty easy to either walk away from the game or stay involved and still strive for something. And it says a hell of a lot about your competitive juices are still flowing, but Christ, you're a proud man, and your willingness and your strength of character to keep trying to drive this group to better things, to be there on this last day in March, and to ultimately win this big award. I mean, I know you've won a Shield title, but it's your first grade title as well, and really proud of you, mate. And for myself, working with you, it's been outstanding. So great stuff. To Fish and Jonesy and Schultzy, I think that's 3. Three flags. You're only one behind Frenchie, White Cannon and myself now, so
Next year,
I know you too, Brett. But I'll tell you what.
Someone tell Hamish Kingston, please.
I'll say to you three, what a cornerstone of our club. Okay, and Dutch, I'm going to include this in you. And you played in that game up at the TCA a few years ago where we just missed out. And vital components. Clubs need blokes like you that just keep striving and fighting hard, because you're the fabric of what we've got. Okay, so we've Shells, your role, what will never be forgotten in this. Absolutely outstanding. Really good. Jonesy, what you did last week for us, you took all that punishment last week for an hour and a half and set us up, and it gave us an opportunity to put that score on the board. And mate, competitive juices, we talk about that. You're a star, mate. Well done. And
the best rig in the club.
big rig. And a Dutchie, mate. Every role counts. Your commitment to always be training with an injury. We know you might have to get it fixed up at the end of the season, but your willingness to keep striving, be training Tuesday and Thursday each week, strapped up. You've been through more tape than anyone else, I know. But you want to be a part of the group, mate. And that's what makes it important. That's what drives everyone. And that's the most important part of the club and the side is blokes like you who just keep chipping away and being there. So you deserve this more than anyone else.
Good little last week too, didn't he?
Yeah, really important too for at the end. And my last little wrap up, our most improved player, the big slug,
He's got a been appropriate if Tommy just left it. Just forgot him again.
For those that don't know, Slug provides the round joke, and some are funny and some aren't. And,
He's hit us 3 in 19.
Round joke though. Jeff Rowe, you probably don't want to know about the jokes, mate. Three of them have got back to Sarah though. It's been
but I will say, Sluggy, throughout various parts of this season, you've been the glue that's kept us together in that batting lineup, and some great results from you. You've taken your game to another level, and which has resulted in some strong performances for Tasmania, and we're proud of you. You're a homegrown boy getting that opportunity to play for your state, and we'll back you 100% every bit of the way, but you have been part of this whole rebuild as well, and very proud of you, and great job. Yes. And the last little thing, to Berg and the White Cannon over in the corner, club legend, games record holder. Life member Berg and Stu have come into our program to try and just get the best out of us all. Trying to make things work, make it efficient across the grades, and it's no surprise that we get 4 sides competing off in the grand final, and we brought home the bacon in 2 of them. So, guys, give yourself a congratulatory pat on the back, because it doesn't come all the time. And just from my perspective, playing so much cricket with you and spend more time with you here, it's bloody good. It's what we live for. We just love this stuff, and I'm going to go home a very contented person at whatever time it is. And I love every one of you. So thank you very much for giving me a part of this stuff.
Before, I don't want to go and do a Tim Scott speech, but can I say to Tim on behalf of the club, thanks. You're the only one who didn't get a mention in your speech, but what you have done for us in a short period of time is very much appreciated by the club as a whole, and I know this playing group you've attached yourself to very much, and it's a tribute to all that you've gone through this year in the way you have, just like our under-17s. And unfortunately, our seconds and thirds aren't going to get there today, and I hope you'll be with them tonight when they get back, because it's going to be hard on them with you guys having gone what you've been through and what they've been through the last 2 days after doing so well through the year. But we're a club together, and I can do no more than say to you guys, you're a great bunch of blokes, and what you've done for this club is immense. Thanks.
Something to say.
And Tiger plays a big part in this. There's 8 blokes here who were part of 2 years ago we were in last. And with 2 years we've turned that around. So we sure should be pretty happy with ourselves, I reckon.
Stick together.
Back to back slug.
Couple days.
Ready?
Just on behalf of our team, I know I obviously haven't talked to anyone about this, but just like to thank Tig, Berg and the White Cannon as well, just for their efforts this year and the last couple of years. Obviously, a few years ago we ran dead last and Tig took over, and we had a couple of tough years, and you breathe, you breathe the club. Like, you love Kingston, and it's great to work with you, and I suppose the effort that you guys have put in has shown today, and can't thank you enough. And yeah, so just on behalf of the boys, I'd like to thank you for
That was it.
Take shoes off.